show it.
All right, yeah, we're going back. There we go. Fucking hell.
Are we fucking ticking along?
Yeah, I believe so. It says the video's unavailable though. Let's hit that
Fuck is this
refresh
shit?
button. Yeah, there we go.
Am I fucking retarded or something? What's going on?
No, the fucking when I did the event, it didn't live stream to the event.
And it's working now, right?
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck. All right. Yeah, I know. We're live now. All right.
Oh, there we go.
fucking
Yeah, this isn't a fucking train wreck now, isn't it?
You're. All right. Let's get this intro going.
You're either Australian or you're a bloody enemy and you can get out.
Yes, I am a racist. Patriotism is not an end in itself. Patriotism is national pride. That pride encourages you to want to fight and preserve who you are. Are we at war? Yes, absolutely. When you hear the term war, you think soldiers fighting each other. That's the lowest form of warfare. The highest form of warfare is to take the country of your enemy without firing a shot. And that's the kind of warfare practiced against us right now.
And your wallet.
Nick, give him your wallet.
What for?
He's got a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
We're the boys from the bush come in from the scrub. We've been out in the heat. We've been loading the trucks. We've been fixing fences. We've been choking on dust. We curse the rain. We curse the drought. Now it's Saturday night. And we're all in the shout. We're the boys from the bush and we're back in town. We get high when the sun goes down. We're like members of the Outback Club. We're the boys from the bush coming from the scrub.
Hey, you look at the Negroes in this country, what do they want? They want people to come from Africa. The Mexicans want people, they stick up for their own kind. The Mexicans want more Mexicans here. It's that way.
America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day. Yeah, America, fuck yeah, freedom is the only way. Yeah.
Because of segregation, they had to establish their own schools and churches. Yeah, African Americans.
Well, that's true. And everybody got along good back then.
Sorry, say that again. Just
The segregation, everybody got along good.
American badass, watch me kick. You can roll with rock or you can suck my dick. I'm a porno flick, I'm like Amazing Grace. I'm gonna fuck some hoes after I rock this place. Reebok, fuck yeah, fake tits. I'm like a man, fuck yeah, fake tits, fuck yeah, sushi, fuck yeah, Taco Bell, fuck yeah, rodeo, fuck yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond, Liberty, fuck yeah, White Slips, fuck yeah, the Alamo, fuck yeah, Band-Aid, fuck yeah, Las Vegas, fuck yeah, Christmas, fuck yeah.
Let's do it. Aussie, 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 Aussie.
all right. There we go.
You know? At least we're going, eh?
Right. Yep.
Are we? Are we going?
Yeah, we're here. We're here. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Or I guess good night. Or whatever.
Well, for the Aussies. Oh
Yeah.
man, what a! And speaking of which, what a night we had last night. Holy shit!
Oh, jeez. That was really something. Not the best, not the worst, but it
No,
was something, you know?
We made it out alive. We're hurting, but we're making it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I guess we should actually dig into that first subject, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we were talking about the midterm elections in the stateside. You weren't really able to stay up for it last night, but I was up and about with our good buddies last night, and it was like they said, it was a nail biter, man. It was like we had counties winning by 1 vote yesterday.
Yeah, you can see some of the bluification of some traditional red strongholds. I know maybe for the president that normally the in charge party normally loses out really hard on these, midterms. Maybe that's something to be said about the Trump presidency. But I'm looking at this map. This is redder. This is redder than a stone is ours. It's something real fucking red about this map, and I'm seeing the results. And I guess because they just don't give a shit about rural votes.
No, and that's one thing I did want to get into. Is that I would like to say that the Senate is more reflective of the actual population, while the Congress is more reflective of a foreign population in a sense, with the whole, because we're starting to import so many of these people that it's actually having a huge effect on our actual voting.
Oh yeah.
And go ahead.
Oh no, I brought this one thing because I used to have some real fucking fancy math software, and I ran these 2 functions, and it was one was a minority function, and the other one was a native majority function. And even with a decreasing birth rate in the minorities, and a miscegenation function as well, some real alt-right maths going on right there. You still saw this, starting higher birth rate population start to actually, get into democratically significant numbers.
Right.
You add that to, and also, urban centers. All the fucking migrants want to live the urban American lifestyle. That's why there's not many blue patches in the rural areas there, aren't there?
Right. And if you were to go, if it was based off of like the state by state kind of deal, it would be a dead sweep. But it's based off of counties, or districts. But the whole thing is just like the reason why California has so many districts is because they flood in so many people from outside. I think it was like 60 or 70% of California now is foreign born.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense.
And they carry over like, I think they carry over like 50 seats or so, which is a huge amount in comparison to some of the like other states. And if you look at the map, sorry
Yeah.
to cut you off, but if you look at the map, you'll see that even like Texas is like turning blue, and that should not be happening.
The geometry. Where is Texas turning blue? Is it turning blue from the top down or from the bottom up?
It's
That's a fucking redundant question right there, isn't it?
right, and not only that, but like in states like Florida, you can see the same thing with what was it? With the coastlines. Along the southern bits where it's close to places like Cuba and like Puerto Rico and all these other places where they can just make landfall and stay there and make these enclaves.
Well, trust me, mate. Over here in Australia, we're not there. We don't not know about boat people, but we tend to put them in camps. So yeah, maybe Florida should invest in some detention centers, some offshore Caribbean detention centers. Who knows?
We do that, but we only put in people that don't like. We only put in people there, and it's not even our land over in Cuba with Guantanamo.
Well, isn't Guantanamo in fucking It's not in Cuba. It's in fucking South America somewhere.
No, it's actually in Cuba, I believe.
Is it?
Guantanamo Bay is, I believe, a section of Cuba, for some reason. And
It is in Cuba. Fuck me.
yeah, we're not exactly on the best of terms with Cuba, but we have a prison there for our prisoners.
Alright, mate. Well, the last time I was in Canada, my fucking friend shared me with a box of Cuban cigars, mate. If that's what that country puts out, maybe the communism wasn't all that bad.
But
oh, no, goddamn. But yeah, no, that's you can see it's all areas of infiltration. Obviously, California, you see this big strip of blue right from the border, bottom of Texas. That's leech. Florida, I can't explain the center part, but every other fucking big blue area is right in a fucking metropolitan area, which everyone fucking knows. It's a haven for Jews and it's a haven for migrants.
It's there are a lot of places like that, are always along the coastlines. It seems.
I think probably one of the biggest things I can see from this fucking map, the rural areas, that says to me manifest destiny. The fucking urban areas, yeah, that's fucking manifest delicacy, manifest decadency, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's comfy living versus carving a nation from stone.
Right, and not only that, but the whole argument that they make against us is like, oh, these people are like colonize, or they're trying to say it's like the colonizing thing with the Indians all over again. It's like no,
Oh,
the,
fuck off, cunt.
the difference is that they didn't have a already formed society that would let these people live easy lives for fuck all.
Yeah, like when the fucking Europeans showed up, it's not like I think Blair Cottrell, and that was the larger man speaking in that introduction. He said that wood framed houses, automobiles, highways, and infrastructure, we're told that they're not a part of our culture, but apparently when we showed up to Australia, they just fell out of the sky because they're now human rights. And I think, yeah, it's a good statement. It's like, okay, so when we showed up, it was an absolute shithole. Don't fucking go about this fucking, noble savage, ancient fucking Mayan floating cities kind of deal. We all fucking know it was an absolute shithole with no fucking flowing water or no, sewerage and da 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 da, da, no concrete foundations.
Well, now it's a human right to huff gasoline and drink Listerine.
Oh, yeah, it is. No, it's a human right to fucking chop off your cock these days too, isn't it?
Sometimes it's not even your right. It's not even your choice to do so.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, hey, just give me your kids. We need to put some hormone blockers in them before they reach puberty, eh?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, what does this mean? Because I live in a parliamentarian system. I might be living in a republic sooner or later. We're not fucking sure. So what does this mean?
Well, basically, they're gonna. We live in like the republic, like you said, but basically these people are gonna be able to control the funding of whatever's gonna get used, like the money that's gonna get used and such, and the way it's gonna be distributed. Which means that we're probably not gonna get the wall now, unfortunately.
Oh, dear God.
It's gonna, but at the same time, we will. We might just, if we're lucky, the president will, push through with executive orders, which was the precedent was set by Obongo, as I call him.
Mr. My father said on a fucking on a tape when he was running as a Kenyan nationalist, all of my sons were born in Kenya. Yeah, Mr. Obongo. No, I think, for better or for worse, he pushed through some fucking bullshit, but he made a absolute standard of precedent for executive orders being the most powerful thing within the American Republic. You know, worked against us back then. Maybe we can make it work for us right now.
Right. Even so,
Yeah.
like, hope isn't completely lost because make it we can make it, difficult as possible for them. At the same time, I think this is even more incentive for us to fight harder on, the immigration question.
Yeah, it definitely is. It absolutely definitely is.
Because with the whole caravan thing coming in, we could just, I don't know, use that as like a precedence to even further purge the voting rolls in not just Georgia but in other states as well, and to actually set like voting checks.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say like even to the alt-right, like I don't want to say fucking rally around the alt-right too hard, but when it comes down to it, um, you don't want these fucking people in the nation. Is it useful to say it's a Jewish trick right now? No, but it's useful to say it's a George Soros trick, and that's
Right.
not too far away from that. and allows you to talk about in public, and allows you to talk about to your friends and your coworkers, normally saying, hey, there's yeah, fuck it, you could probably even talk to some lefty friends about it. Just phrase it in the lines of these are workers that are going to displace if they're going to work, if they're not just going to go on welfare, they're going to displace the lower classes. They're
No,
going to displace the people that you say you care about, and it's all being funded by a fucking globalist internationalist capitalist. Phrase it that way,
right.
and
Now,
we need to be having these conversations. We do.
now, Nolan, you're a foreign citizen. Did you vote in our U.S. elections this year? Like a
Oh,
lot.
you see, I put on my sombrero, I put on my mustache, I had my identification of some dead Midwesterner, and I voted in those elections.
Take
Of
up
course,
the.
I voted where Uncle Soros taught me to vote. I voted for the blue thing, the big D, the thing with the representative with the D next to it, and I wrote an evil white Nazi next to the R representative,
Ah, so you're.
and me and the missus will be having an anchor baby there, and uh, I hope you like paying for our welfare.
Oh boy. Um. Yeah. Oh, that is exactly correct. I'm looking at chat though. Like, if you can't use power, then it's not. You don't have power. You basically have a fancy crown with with no force behind it.
Big fat golden symbol, big fat white house. It's just whatever. Yeah, he needs to find a way he can use his other auxiliary powers. Now that the main one's been taken away, and this is just fucking tragic. Um, I think on Ozpol we were talking about like this for a short period of time. We're all pretty convinced that there'd be a fucking big fat red wave, but it was only it was a red purple wave, red purple wave. That's all I can explain it as.
Right. I mean, I'm glad we took the Senate. Oh yeah.
Mm.
I'm glad we did keep the Senate because that does keep, in a way, that gives us a little bit of a buffer because they are the ones who can basically do the impeachment bit. They're the one who does the prosecution and will like carry out the final verdict basically.
Oh, so Julius Caesar's wearing a stab-proof vest.
Hopefully there aren't any
Hopefully.
traitors.
Get a piece of aluminium and fucking stick it down your back. There we go. No, it's unfortunately like we're seeing this escalation of violence, and I think is it good? When the left does it, it makes them look bad. So is it a good thing? In all honesty, probably not. I think what was the last one? Who was the last lad to try and fucking take names with Donald Trump fucking taking him as a trophy? Some crazy Britbong, wasn't it?
I'm not quite sure.
God, there's been at least 2 attempts at him right now, hasn't there?
I think so. I remember, what was it? I think it was during the president-elect thing when he was president-elect. Someone tried to take a shot at him or something like that, but they got beat down before they could even get up to him.
Yeah.
Luckily,
I remember there was one during a live event, in an open air event, where basically the guy got stomped on before Donald Trump even realized he was there. And then there was another in a closed event where he they took that freeze frame of him staring the guy down, and there was caption or only a true man stares down, looks death right in the face and challenges it. That's a fair enough comment. But I think there will be now questions held within the radical left wing. We can no longer impeach this man. What can we do? So I would definitely expect that to be in the cages.
now earlier we were talking about them affecting our children. Do you have a video for us, right?
Oh dear God. Okay, just play that. Okay, some background. This is the ABC channel in Australia. It's a state-funded television channel. It's like the BBC, basically. It's literally the fucking other version of the BBC. They have a section called Q&A, normally called Quanda because Australians can't use abbreviations correctly. because fuck you, that's why. And they have been known for being the most trash program in Australian television. Absolute trash.
Let's see. I'll bring this up.
On their watch together, or
Yeah.
okay.
So
But yeah, it's a trash television program. It's taxpayer funded, and they recently had something that was so shocking, was so disturbing to the average Australian that we had wine aunts on Facebook complaining about it. Little fucking fur baby owners complaining about this. People that would probably never be our allies, realizing that, maybe we've had a little bit too far down the river when it comes to this sexuality shit.
right, and you. I'm gonna hit the play button. Are
Yeah,
you?
get it.
All right, let's go. Now, let's see.
Yep. Is that?
Let me see.
Hello, Blair.
Did it start for you now?
Well, that's
There we go. Yeah, it's going.
actually
Alright, there we go.
creepy, is it? I mean,
Yeah.
are we talking about sort of a panel?
Let's see, we're gonna rewind that.
Yeah, it's got like a little bit of a starter beginning. Yeah, one of the first things they're going to talk about is sex robots.
Yeah, they want to. From what I understand, they want to bring in sex robots, so that
Yeah.
way you can pause this too at any time,
Okay, okay.
and you can control that. But they want to they want to bring in sex robots, and the worst part is that they have pedo versions of these fucking things.
Yeah, they address that as well. In fact, I'll see if I can. Can we like try and script through? There we go. Talking about pedobots right now.
But for me, it looked too much like a child, and I questioned the person that was selling them, and I said, "Well, is this a child doll?" Because my immediate reaction was, "Hang on a second, this is not right." What they said to me was because it had the presence of small breasts, that's how they were saying that no, this is actually an adult. It's just in a smaller size. So I do very much.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, an adult just in a smaller size.
Is that
Would you like
what,
to unpack that term?
is what we're calling it now?
The children are just small adults, mate. Stick your dick in them. Now, granted, she was right for saying it did disturb her, and so this also highlights a lot of depravity because also she was going to an Asian sex doll market to look at this stuff. That's going to be coming. It's going to be therapeutic because pedophilia is it's just another sexuality, mate. Let them fuck child sex dolls, eh?
It's unholy, really.
Yeah, dude, this is demonic. This is absolutely fucking demonic.
And it's just another like inch towards the slippery slope. We're sliding down and the speed is picking up, and it's disturbing, really. Like,
don't call it a slippery slope. I'll
No?
say that. Don't call it. It's incrementalism. It's the objective of saying, well, okay, hey, why are you going after this group? Finding the least objectionable group to society at the time and saying, hey, they're just reasonable people. They're people like you. They do these very low objectionable things. Why, just leave them alone. It's not going to hurt anyone. And then once that's normalized, going to the next least objectionable group and saying, hey, they're just normal people. They need your help, da 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 da. Why are you being so mean to them, man? Why are you being so mean? Just stop being so mean to these people. And then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. I remember on one of the politics servers, I had an argument with a vegan. By the end of my line of argumentation, I convinced this vegan that I should be able to run a slaughterhouse in their perfect vegan society.
I mean, honestly, like, why not?
It starts off with the small stuff. It's like, okay, you a whole bunch of vegan friends lost in the woods, no hope of recovery. You find a pig that's already dead. Oh, okay, I guess it's okay to eat the pig. It's an emergency situation. Okay, so you find a pig that's dead. It's not an emergency situation. It's okay to eat it. Da 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 da. You get to the point where you have a ranch where pigs die naturally of genetic disorders at perfect slaughtering age.
Right. I mean,
And then we start killing them. It's It's not it is a slippery slope. Yeah, but the thing is, the slippery slope as a term has such a negative connotation to it. The beginning of knowledge. I can't remember who said this, but it was the beginning of knowledge is calling something by its true name.
Like, yeah. Now, there's another bit that's coming up here. You were telling me about
So
like dealing with the unholiness of this whole thing.
let's see if I can find the question. There we go. So
There
it
it
started to
is.
talk. There it is. Okay, so do you guys know what a sex clown is?
I've not seen a sex clown in my life before.
There's a clown on Q&A, and it's not a politician for a change. There we go. Typical fucking Australian shitpost right there in the fucking tweet. Okay, for those who do not know what a sex clown is, here's your chance for an education.
Of being neurodiverse, I'm sure there are people that don't want to interact with humanoids,
Not
so that
humanoids.
they may benefit from it. But yeah, I'd be interested in
Fairies, I think,
sex
that
worker
she's talking
roles
about.
as
Well,
human rights.
one of the things they could theoretically do is put some sex workers out of business, because in Houston recently the council just decided to not allow an application to have a sex robot brothel, but there is one in Spain, and there may be more being built around the place.
All right,
I mean, it's a playful
I'm gonna
thing.
put.
Like, it's an
Oh,
imaginative thing.
Dude, if I could just
That's
please don't. Okay, so that's a sex clown. No.
and she's worried about sex workers' rights. It seems like.
Yeah, pretty much, because she, I believe she says later in the thing, there was a big fucking Ozpol spread about it. In fact, that might be worthwhile to bring up if you've got it. She puppeteers her vulva, I think she said. Okay, see, normally I'm a man, but maybe I should start handing out copies of Siege.
What is this
Dude,
world that we live in?
what
God
is this?
damn it!
What is this?
Like, she. Oh, I don't know what to say.
Dude, I'm fucking speechless, dude. Our entire nation was pissed off for it, because you know what? We paid for this. Taxpayer money was dedicated to this.
That's the worst part, is that you guys are paying for this thing to be on the fucking screen.
This sex clown. In fact, there's a comment. In fact, if you want to bring up that little collage, if you can.
Let me see.
If not, in chat, because it's. I like the edit where they put the mask from the mask on that sex clown's face.
Let me bring that up. There we go. It should be on screen in a second.
Government-controlled armies of 11-foot sex robots.
Oh yeah, they also want giant sex robots too.
Because that was one of the consequences. I mean, just like, if you want to see the average fucking reaction that the average Australian had, look at that fucking mate's face in the left fucking corner. Shocking or astonishing. It's like one guy. I remember this one tweet from the program because I was watching it live with a whole bunch of other mates. I tuned in late. Which one is the sex clown when they've got the sexologist talking about shit?
And you know, she could have at least showed up without her face paint on to make it a little.
Nah.
But no.
No, mate. Nope. Dude, I'm with the fucking guy in the bottom right corner. That's it. I'm turning Amish.
I agree with Cornelio in this one. The guy in the top middle. That's how I.
This episode disgusts me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, fucking, it's.
How do you guys not like? How did the Doors just not like?
This is Melbourne. Okay,
so is this the LA of?
This
LA
is
of Australia.
This is Manhattan, LA. This is the fucking cesspit of degeneracy. This is where the portal to hell opened up in Australia. It is, in fact, one of the worst destinations I can think to go to in my life. Not only does it have progressive homosexuality slut walks, but also has African rape gangs. In fact, I stand by Mr. Medica's analysis of this situation.
Are you playing something right now?
Oh no, I played something from a soundboard.
It didn't come through very well.
Oh no, it's But yeah, when it comes down to this kind of stuff, it's always been an absolute show. Melbourne disturbs nearly everyone, really. It's basically a whole bunch of incredibly progressive people, concentrated into one singular spot. I'm gonna change my microphone. Is that better?
Yeah, you're good. It's just that the drop that you
Okay.
played didn't go through.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Mike Nolan nukes all Melbourne and Sydney. You're next.
There we go. All
Yeah.
right. I'm getting a little bit of an update. I guess Trump is going live on Drudge right now. Let me bring that up really quick.
Yeah, bring that shit up, man.
Alright.
Dude, just get this shit out of here. It fucking disturbs me. It even disturbs the normies in Australia to see this. I think they've overplayed their hand on this. I think they've gone too hard. You know, they've activated some almond. That's all I need to say. Disgusting.
All right. Let's see. You keep going. I'm gonna try and find this real quick.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's one of the problems that Australia's had with the ABC. It's getting defunded. It might become defunct over the next year because simply the public doesn't like it anymore. They don't want to be sold this. And it's mostly because was it fucking nearly 87? We're approaching 87%, white European demographic, where we still have a decent section of that are, sensible. And we also, have a culture based around, sensibility to a degree. This stuff doesn't fly anymore. This isn't the early 2000s. This isn't any kind of fringe festival,
Right.
And to make people pay for it. I think that was a fucking cherry on top of this. It was the most disgusting thing I've seen on Australian television in quite some fucking time.
Let's see. I'll send you the link to this really quick.
Yeah, okay. I'll just get my DMs open. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna close this clown
Yeah,
thing down.
please. What the fucking god, do that.
Alright, let's see. And here's this for you.
Confiscate its coat.
Alright, the stream hasn't started yet, but it's been tweeted out. So when that starts, we'll keep an eye on that.
So, is this the Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker speech? America will become a nation for soldiers. We have no ideology, no nation, no creed. We will go where we need to go. We will fight for those who can't defend themselves. That being Israel specifically, and only Israel.
I mean, we could also go with the Rising Revengeance speech, which was
Your memes end here.
No, not that one. The one about America is weak and rotten to the core.
Let's take it back to the good old days, like after 9/11.
But
that fucking game, man. Oh my god. Kick-ass soundtrack. The most fucking, it was written by a Japanese person because of the fucking dialogue chain. Oh, the dialogues. Yeah.
They're enjoyable though, honestly.
Memes, the DNA of the soul.
Let me see if I can find
That fucking monsoon character, man. That dude, I was fucking I was holding back the tears when I was playing that section of the game. I was like, "Fuck me!" And the little Mexican kid, is he Mexican? I don't know what the fuck that kid is. He's like,
Chico?
oh, he's like Caribbean or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
All right, I'm gonna actually bring up the Armstrong speech from 5 years ago. This is when this was uploaded.
No, fuck me. Yeah, bring up the Armstrong speech, please.
'Cause
Senator Armstrong.
Nanomachines, son.
Well, yeah, but it's a bit of a meme, but
Oh, dude.
Nice.
But
That's not enough.
It's it's a bit ridiculous, I know. But
It's written by a nip, mate. It's all over the top over there.
I'm gonna cover the video up, but turn this up a little bit.
It's a kick-ass soundtrack.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The slicing physics in the game were absolutely fucking amazing.
Oh yeah. Well,
Promises, but all talk. What? Jumpstart the economy? What a load of bullshit! All you care about is lining your own pockets. That and your approval rating. You've got no principles. Just like all the rest.
the commie posting right now.
If America's gone to shit, you're just another maggot crawling in the pile. All right, the truth then. You're right about one thing. I do need capital and votes. Wanna know why? I have a dream.
I have a dream.
That one day, every person in this nation will control their own destiny. A land of the truly free, damn it. A nation of action, not words, ruled by strength, not committee. Where the law changes to suit the individual, not the other way around. Where power and justice are back where they belong. In the hands of the people! Where every man is free.
Nope. Barack Obama is now talking to us.
But in all honesty,
Justin, blackface.
Chicken shit bureaucrats! Fucking 24/7 internet spew of trivia and celebrity bullshit!
in all honesty, like,
He's a bit wrong, cunt.
the power of individual. Yeah. Other than that, like,
It's like an individual is only as powerful as the weapon he can hold himself. In this day and era, that's, you know, maybe what, an anti-material rifle? That's about as powerful as an individual can get. Throw four of them together. I actually go down this line of argumentation when I talk to fucking and kiddies.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, like, what he's saying is, like, not something we completely disagree with, though.
It's the individual part, like...
Yeah, it's the...
Yeah.
But we're here for the... Well, he also says it's for the people, you know, which is also, you know...
Yeah.
They'll make America great again!
And that was before Trump spoke those lines.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if he,
Still don't get it. I'm using
I wonder if someone actually shoots Trump and, like, the part of his body turns black. Nano machines!
that'd be ridiculous.
Dude, fucking Jesus Christ.
But anyway, yeah, 5 years ago, Donald Trump pulled from Senator Armstrong, obviously.
Absolutely, that's plagiarism, mate. Plain and solid. Make America great again. But yeah, I go down this line of argumentation, especially when I talk to, like, the individualist side. At least that... See, with anarcho-capitalists and minarchists are at least willing to realize that they're going to need to have some kind of organization to protect their individual property. But it's nice to go down this line of anarcho-communists, because there are anarcho-communist societies today. And the only reason why they have retained them is because, one, there's nothing of value there. If they were to actually make a society where people would want to live in it, where people would want to have children within that society, a whole bunch of guys together, or local militias, or local police, would just take the place.
Oh yeah, like they're not organized, they're not united. It's the like the power of the individual rises, except the moment that power is the moment that power is challenged, it crumbles.
Yeah, I said to this one fucking Ann kitty, I was like, hey, I want you to have your ideal society. So me and a fucking bunch of guys with rifles in the back of a ute can go around, shoot you all dead, and rape your women.
Well, in
In a
Minecraft.
theoretical, yeah, in a theoretical situation right there, because they're never gonna get that, because that can't exist in the world.
Right. And
The thing is, it would only take just a handful of guys to make a gang to topple that entire society.
right. And it's unfortunate, to be honest, that like like we are like the small enclave right now, but um, we're building up to the point where we might eventually be able to challenge these people because, in a sense, we are the international nationalists.
We're a whole bunch of people looking out for hoping to probe, in how we can survive in this incredibly hostile world that we live in. And we're sharing cooking recipes and protesting signs and memes. Um, yeah, it's ultimately I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons if one of the biggest principal statements of the libertarian community and why you get these, alt libertarians is they want to be left alone.
Right. And
You
my
expand that concept out to more than one person, and we're kind of the same on that, kind of.
we want to be left alone together.
Yep.
Right.
As odd as that sounds, yeah.
Right. My old man, he's like this. Like he's about the idea of like, oh, I just want them to stop. I just want them to stop messing with me and let me like live my life. I own this. This is the land that I own. I want the government to
Mhm.
stop messing with me and telling me how to live. But at the same time, it's like he'll build like a small like in essence like he built them like his own little manor bund. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, he's looking out for himself. Like
Yeah.
his neighbors don't matter to him. It's like his friends matter to him and all that, but they don't live close to where he like close to him anymore. Everybody's scattered
Yeah.
and like distant, and it doesn't that that community that was built up is gone essentially. It's the sad reality of it. A bunch of people that don't share our language are there now, and
That's always fun, isn't
oh
it?
yeah.
Well, that was Boomer America. They were sold that, they were given a little case and it was plastic vacuum molded, and it said that, your ride-on lawnmower is all you need in life. You don't need a community around that. You can always have, call-in radio or some news station or a football team that you like. You don't need anything outside of that. Unfortunately, they bought it.
Right.
And that was probably one of the biggest tragedies of the last century.
Right. And my dad, he's not the boomer. He's like he's an ex-boomer, I guess, or a boomer. He's born in Generation X, but he still has like that boomer mentality in some areas.
Mm,
He's like
yeah, I'm lucky. I brought this up, I think, last time. I was like, like my father. I was lucky that we do and we don't have boomers around here. A lot of people in Australia, a lot of boomers in Australia that are still around, they grew up in this like, legal ethno state, an ethno state by law, and they were 20 years old when it fucking was ended, and they ended it themselves. They know what kind of political action ended that, that law, that white Australia policy, and now, no, everything's got glass, everything's concrete, and why are there rape gangs?
right.
Why are there people being stabbed in the street?
And
Why can't my son get a house loan without paying, for the rest of his life to pay off the interest?
what was
And
it?
there's only one.
My dad like I helped him with this, but we spent probably a month or so with like the three people building a fence for like a half acre, a whole yard, and then a half acre on top of that, keeping it fenced in so kids can't keep running through it.
Mm.
Because these people don't respect our property. They'd come through with like four wheelers and all this and bicycles and all this other shit and tear up our land, and then we have no way to like go after them for it because we don't know who they are,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
and
Well, I'll say this, like, people ask me about people, like, a lot of Americans have asked me about, like, the colonial lands, having quote unquote human beings existing in that land before you, and how do you deal with taking that land from them morally while resisting, new migrants taking the land from you? It's simple. It's a very fucking simple principle. No one in this country owns land. No one is native to anywhere. The only reason why you have this land is because you have the force to retain it.
that's one way to go about it.
Yep.
But that's why I advocate for building communities, like a brotherhood in a sense, so that way when you what?
Manabund.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna say the English version because. But yeah, we build basically a brotherhood or a close knit community that will, they will live with you or not with you but near you and protect your land and help you and you help them protect theirs. And what was it? And when you do that, it's just that it makes you basically get to form your own governments in a sense and build yourself up to the point where you can be strong. And
Well, yeah.
it's like that Stone Toss cartoon, if you remember. It's like
The ones that libertarians or something like that.
where it's like if you don't like it, build your own Twitter. If you don't like it, build your own internet. If you don't like it, build your own government. Well, we're in the process of like.
Yeah. In Australia, we're on panel 3.
Right.
We tried to make our own government party. They kicked us out because we were too popular. We almost started a fucking a miniature race war because of the UPF. When it came down to it, like even the ABC coverage of our youth, our teenagers going into a youth party, and then the fucking state issued media, the same fucking organization, the ABC, same thing with the sex clown, saying like reading out our fucking minutes, and people saying, hey, wait, I don't want white people in Australia to become a minority. What? Why is our government trying to sign our country over to China? Why are we setting up to become a Chinese vassal state?
Basically, because some people are getting rich off of it in a sense, and they don't have any loyalty to the people.
Yes.
I think these. I think you called them gassies.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Oh. But yeah.
European style socialists.
Ah, yes, those guys.
Definitely those guys. So yeah, I'm gonna call it Rand. Randy, get in here, you son of a bitch.
Oh, is he? You see him somewhere?
No, just fucking.
Making the call.
I'm trying to summon him. I need a fucking pint of VB or pint of Foster's. He's a fucking weird cunt. I need a fucking half pint of gasoline. Mix it all together and then say the phrase, and maybe we can summon a Randbot 2020.
Say his name 3 times in a dark lit room, and he'll show up behind you.
Yeah, with a knife. No, it's been quite a situation. He's fucking streaming. He should get in here. Swear to God.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So President Trump holds a press conference.
Yes.
What do you think?
Nothing has happened yet, and I'm waiting for that Dundee Bot 2020. But yeah.
Rant bot at this point. He's probably got so many. He's probably more Mercury cider than he is blood at this point.
Oh yeah, that's right. Do you have that Twitter saved? Those tweets saved that he sent you?
Oh no! Fuck! Just get those up. Get those up for the love of fucking God. In fact, I'm gonna take this opportunity to go to the fucking bathroom because Jesus Christ, this is way too much lager for a fucking guy like me. Dude, just get those up. Fuck, for the love of fucking God, eh?
Let me bring. Yeah. All right. Now apparently, what you call them? the guys over at Chapo Trap House, or not Chapo Trap House or whatever, but Chapo, I forget what their actual full name is. I don't really pay anything. They were blackpilled as all hell yesterday. Yes, watch the stream. No, but they were blackpilled as all hell yesterday, and they were taking calls, but oh, okay, yeah. I'll stay up on the live stream with Daily Starmer playing. I'm probably small enough to get by, maybe if I'm lucky. But I'll when he gets back, I'll bring the subs because this is some funny stuff. I'd like to preview it first before I go over that, if you don't mind. So, yeah. I'll give you a wrench real quick. All right, Cornelio, you should have a wrench right now, and you should be able to post a link in chat. Man. But it's on YouTube. Let me.
Wait, we're playing the things now?
Okay, you're back. I was talking to Cornelio.
Cornelia.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna bring these tweets up real quick on screen.
Dude, fucking, and they watch together or?
I don't know if I can play them on Watch Together, but let me give it a shot. That's not the right thing.
And from the N. And by the way, Hal Lindenberg. Nice. Good stuff.
Yeah, no, this ain't gonna play on Twitter, sadly. I'll just resend you the tweets real quick.
Yeah, fucking Well, I could just watch the stream. How much of a delay is on the stream?
I think
Nordic Resistance Movement. Yeah, fucking, we sent some of our boys over there. The fucking Nordfront guys, there was a fucking protest in Stockholm, and I remember watching the coverage because of the first time that Nordfront outnumbered the fucking Antifa faggots, and they fucking stopped the camera feed of the main Nordfront protest because I was scanning across the Nordfront protest, and at the back were a whole bunch of Australian flags, and I'm like, okay, Ove, shut it down.
Jesus. Anyway, I'm gonna bring this up just to show, like, everybody was blackpilled yesterday. There was no blue wave. The red wall had crumbled. Now we're just purple sand, and nobody's happy. All right.
Oh no, the fucking the press conference started.
Oh
Just
shit.
saying.
All right, let's get this up. Mute that. All right, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please.
Let's turn this up.
Yep. He's just getting his microphone. It was a big day yesterday. Oh.
It was a big day yesterday.
You're ahead of me,
incredible day. And last night, the Republican Party
Yeah.
defied history to expand our Senate majority.
Did they
while
defy history?
significantly beating expectations in the House. for the
There's a reason why
midterm
chat is disabled today.
And midterm year. We did this in spite of a very dramatic fundraising disadvantage driven by Democrats' wealthy donors and special interests and very hostile media coverage, to put it mildly. The media coverage set a new record and a new standard.
He sounds like a tired man today.
We also had a staggering number of House retirements, so it's a little tough. These are seats that could have been held pretty easily, and we had newcomers going in, and a lot of them worked very hard, but it's very difficult when you have that many
Oh, come on now.
retirements.
Oh, there we go.
We held a large number
It froze
of
for me.
campaign rallies with
Oh,
a
Jesus.
large number of candidates that I supported.
I don't know, man. It sounds like a whole bunch of excuses.
Achieved tremendous success last night. As an example of the 11 candidates we campaigned with during the last week,
Yeah, and it froze for me as well.
9-1
Um,
last night.
Mine's going.
This
11 out of 9.
vigorous campaigning stopped the blue wave
No,
that
9
they
out of
talked
11.
about. I don't
9,
know if there
11.
ever was such a thing, but
Oh, God.
could have been. If we didn't do the campaigning
this a sign?
properly, there could have been. And the history really will see what a good job we did in the final couple of weeks in terms of getting some tremendous people over the finish line. They really are tremendous people, but many of them were not known, but they will be known. This election marks the largest Senate gains for a president's party in a first midterm election since at least President Kennedy's in 1962. There have been only 4 midterm elections since 1934 in which a president's party has gained even a single Senate seat.
Yep.
As of now, we picked up, it looks like 3. Could be 4.
It's an excuse.
Perhaps
Yeah.
it could be 2. But we picked up a lot. And most likely the number will be 3. You people probably know that better than
But the thing is
I
that
do at this
we,
point because
we
you
had the
looked
majority and we
at the more
squandered
recent
it,
numbers.
honestly, and that's what sucks.
50
We already had the Senate majority. The House. We had all 3.
5 is the largest number of
And
Republican
now
senators
you only
in
control
the last
2.
100 years.
Yeah.
In the last 80 years, a
That's-
sitting
that's
president's
real
party
fucking
has
fun,
only
isn't it?
gained a cumulative total of 8 Senate seats, averaging 1 per decade. So if we picked up 2, 3, or 4, that's a big percentage
Like
of that number.
congratulations,
So in the
you
last
got your
80 years, you think of
record-breaking
that,
numbers and shit, but
only 8 seats.
you were too
Yeah.
passive
President
when you should have
Obama-
been more aggressive.
Obama's first midterm election. He
I-
lost 6 Senate seats, including
I chalk it up to him not
in
being
the deep blue
like he's
state
green
of
and he's like doesn't know
Massachusetts.
he's new to this position.
Republicans
Like he's
captured
not. He wasn't
at
a
least
politician
4
before
Senate
this.
seats held by Democrat incumbents.
Yeah.
And these are tremendously talented.
Talks
hardworking
about, you know,
people
what he's
that
going to
did
do in the
this.
future. This is all just
Indiana, North Dakota,
fucking empty words.
Florida,
Right.
Missouri.
We could just be over Blackfelt.
We
at the
also
same time.
won 2 open Senate seats in
Um,
Tennessee.
I mean, I don't know.
Congratulate our
I don't like
great
the
champion
like being
who did such a
Blackfelt. It
great
sucks,
job
but sometimes it's necessary.
in Tennessee, Marcia,
No, no.
and in Utah.
There's being blackpilled to a point of inaction.
And
Point of which
Arizona
you just
is
think,
looking
okay,
very
the
good.
world's just going to fucking
Really
burn. What do
very
they call them these days? A doomer.
She's done a terrific job.
And then
She's
there's,
done a race, and she's done a fantastic
yeah.
job. In each of these
And there's
open
being
seats,
blackpilled to the point where they say,
Democrats
okay,
recruit
you
very
know,
strong
this is the
candidates,
situation.
substantial
It's not fucking
fundraising,
sugarcoat. Let's
and
do
being
something about it.
Right.
The question is, are you willing to
bombarded
do
with
something
money
about it?
on
The
the other side.
motivation. The motivation.
In the
kinda
House,
deal.
Republicans dramatically outperformed
Okay,
historical
this is the
precedents and
situation.
overcame a historic
Yeah, you broke some
number of
records. You got some
retirements.
real nice numbers. You know,
The
they
most
can put
House
that on your
Republican
baseball card when you're
retirements in
done as a
88
president, eh?
years.
What are you going to do about it?
Right. Now this is I'm listening to him.
43
Right.
House Republicans.
I don't.
retired.
This is one thing that
Now, will
I
say
don't like
this,
about
that
Trump.
In many cases, they were.
And it may be
chairman
because I
of
see
committees.
it, but he
And
says
they're
the same
because
thing
they
a lot of
weren't
times. He
chairman,
just
because
said for the third
Republicans
time
have a rule for 6 years.
that
And
we
what
just
that
got
does is
a record in
wonderful
the
in
Senate.
one way. It lets people come through the system and become chairman, and another way
God.
it drives people out because when they're a chairman, they don't want to go and not be a chairman. You're the chairman of a committee, and you're a big deal, and all of a sudden, you're not doing that anymore.
We're wearing the
So
black
they
pills
leave.
like
We
the
had a lot of
mullet.
them leave. It's,
White pills in the front,
you
black
can
pills in the
flip a
back.
coin as to which system is better.
Yep, I guess we fucking are, right?
Or the other. Some of their folks have been on those committees for a long time as chairman.
See, I like to try and think
In
of myself as the
2010,
bloomer in a
President
sense.
Obama's first midterm, he lost 60
Yeah, maybe.
seats.
Maybe not.
By contrast, as of the most current count, looks like around 27 House seats or something, and we'll figure that out pretty soon. We also had a slew of historic wins in the governor's races. The governor's races were incredible against very well-funded, talented, and skilled
Oh, come on now.
Democrat candidates and people that worked very, very hard, respectfully, for those candidates, like Oprah. Winfrey, I don't know if she likes me anymore.
He's talking about Oprah. I do honestly
Florida,
think that the voter
Iowa,
purge was not a bad
Ohio,
move, honestly.
And Georgia, the big ones.
In Georgia.
Yeah.
Florida, Iowa.
Yeah, that probably wasn't the
Ohio,
worst of
and Georgia.
things, to be
Much
honest.
more important than that.
No.
They were incredible. They were actually incredible campaigns.
The
They
Steve
were
King
incredible.
bit was also like.
As of right now, Republicans will
Made me
control the
happy.
majority of governorships across the country, including 3 great women who worked very hard. Governors of Alabama, South Dakota, and Iowa. They worked very, very
Okay.
hard. They're very talented. By expanding our Senate majority, the voters
Yeah, it's
have
nice
also
that they worked really hard.
clearly rebuked the Senate Democrats for their handling of the Kavanaugh hearings. That was a factor, like maybe a very big factor. The way that was
And that's
handled.
something else too. Is that a lot of our guys
Tremendous
that
energy was given
to
to the Republican
not our guys,
Party, by
but
the
a
way,
lot of
they
the Republicans
treated
that denounced Kavanaugh kind of fucked
then
themselves.
Kavanaugh, now Justice Kavanaugh, and expressed their
Because
support
that
for
was like a
confirming
huge
more
thing,
great
and there was a lot of people who
pro-Constitution
spoke out against them, and now they're doing
judges.
so poorly that
Candidates
they
who
lost.
embraced our message of low taxes,
Hey, can you
low
hear me?
regulations,
Yeah.
low
Got
crime,
tell-
strong borders,
There we go.
and great judges
Hello.
excelled.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like
Last night.
looking at this
They
fucking
excelled.
this section of the
They,
speech. It's like, okay, yeah, you're mentioning their names. You're giving them a pat on the head. Okay,
People
that's great.
that were
I'm looking for
fantastic.
substance here.
And I'm just going to point them out.
Oy.
Mike Bost, Rodney Davis,
But it sucks that there's a lot of these guys that are just
Andy Barr
bailing
was
too.
fantastic. I went to
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Well,
For the most part, I didn't campaign for the House, but I did actually make a
I gotta
special
stop
trip
Metal Gear Solid posting.
to Barr because he was in a very
Fast.
tough race.
When you leave base for a long period of time, staff morale goes down.
That was a very tough race. The polls were all showing that he was down and down substantially, and he won. And that one I did do. Pete Stauber of
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Okay,
Guy
come on.
who's new and ran a fantastic.
I
race.
hate
On the
this is
other
what I hate.
hand, you
Like
had
his
some that
speeches, like they do
decided
go
to,
on for a
"Let's
long
stay
time,
away. Let's
simply
stay
due
away."
to the
Like-
fact that
They
he
did very
he
poorly.
repeats himself a
I'm
lot.
not sure that I should be happy or sad.
No,
But I
is
feel
that a
sad about
technique?
it.
No. Is it? Yes. Is it a good
Carlos,
one right now? No.
Mike
People are tuning in just like us. They know what happened. They've watched the news.
Mia
They've
Love.
seen those polls.
They
So
need
Mia Love,
we need
It is-
brimstone and
she
hellfire
called me
right
all
now.
the time to help her.
Yeah, it's
With
we
a
need some
hostage
action. We need some motion.
situation.
We need some plans.
Being
here
held
right now.
hostage in
It's
Venezuela.
See, like Donald Trump,
He's reading them all
Mia
out.
Love
Is this
gave
a
me no
fucking
love.
war memorial?
like
And she
if,
lost.
if Donald Trump was
Too
like,
bad. Sorry about that, Mia. And Barbara Comstock was
Like,
another
it's
one.
emotional,
I
Donald
think she
Trump.
could have won that race, but she didn't want to have any
Uh,
you
embrace. For
know,
that,
it's
I
like
don't blame her. But she lost, substantially lost. Peter Roscom didn't want the embrace.
we enjoy Trump for like
Eric
him being
Paulson
like the
didn't want the
emotional
embrace.
firebrand, you know, like
And in New Jersey, I think
you
he
know,
could
yelling
have
and getting
done
people
well, but
motivated
didn't
and
work
excited.
out too
But
good.
this,
bullying
Bob Eugen,
people
I
on
felt
purpose.
badly because I think that's something that could have been won. That's a race that could have been won.
But
John
this is
Faso,
just-
those are some
this
of the
is
people
low
that,
energy.
decided for their own
It
reason
is, absolutely fucking
not
is.
to embrace whether it's me or what we stand for, but what we stand for meant a lot to most people.
What-
And we've had tremendous support and tremendous support in the Republican Party, among the biggest support in the history of the party. I've
What-
actually heard at 93% it's a record, but I won't say that because who knows.
what do
But
you
we've had tremendous
what do you
support.
stand for, Mr. Trump?
America is booming.
That's a good
like
fucking
never
question right
before.
now, isn't it?
Doing fantastic. We have.
Oh, I guess
Larry
it's for
Kudlow
record
here who said the
breaking, isn't it?
numbers are as
Ah.
good
I know
as
that's
he's
what
ever
it said.
seen. Numbers
Oh, hey, look in
at
chat.
any time for our country.
Dear God,
And he's a
okay.
young
I'll
man,
open up the stream.
He Alberto says he wants
Oh,
you to
yes, I
play a
see
clip
that
of
many
Rambot
numbers. Where's Larry?
so that he's here in spirit.
You're a young man, right, Larry? And you haven't been doing this
No,
too
dear
long, but you're as
God.
good as you've ever seen. And we may have, if you have a question for Larry, we'll do that. But I want to send my warmest
Maybe if we're
appreciation
lucky
and
we can get
regards
Rambot here
to
in person.
Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, if we're fucking lucky.
We
I
really
think he's
work
streaming
very
something
well
now, right,
together.
isn't
We
he?
have been
Yeah,
working
he's
Oh,
streaming.
yeah, I'll check and
He's
see.
streaming
have a great
Moon Man
relationship.
right
People
now.
just don't understand.
If I remember
Yeah,
right.
he probably is.
She's worked long and
Man.
hard. I give her a great deal of credit for what she's done and what she's accomplished. Hopefully, we can all work together next year to continue delivering for the American people, including on economic growth, infrastructure, trade, lowering the cost
Clip of
prescription
fucking
drugs.
Rand.
These are some
Okay,
of the
let's
things that
play the
the
fucking
Democrats
thing
do
where he
wanna work
fucking
on.
went off on a fucking
And I really believe we're
tirade
gonna
on the
do
kill
that. I
stream.
think we're gonna have
Oh yeah.
It's always
lot of
Yeah.
lot of
If you
reasons
want,
there.
we can
And-
play
and
that.
I will say, just
Turn
as
this-
a matter of business, I was with some very successful people last night. We were watching the returns.
Hold on.
Well,
So if the
is he gonna give
Republicans
everyone
won,
pats on
and
the
let's say we
head
held
and then,
on
you
by
know,
2
fucking be like,
or 1
okay,
or 3,
well, that's
it
it?
would have been very hard.
Or is he
out
actually
of
gonna say
that
something?
many
Because right now he's said
Republicans
next to
to
nothing
ever
about
see
it.
that
Bitch in the bottle for me.
Three people.
Yeah, I guess he practically
That
said
for
that,
good
didn't he?
reason or for bad reason or for grandstanding.
Whole
we have
lot
that
of
too.
nothing, really.
We've seen that.
Yeah,
We've
you
seen
know.
that. Plenty of grandstanding.
Fucking
But for certain
fuck you.
reasons,
Mate,
many
that's
people,
what it
you're always
is.
going to have a couple that won't do it. So that puts us in a very bad position. In other words, had we kept, and this is no.
I do apologize to everybody in the
saying this for a
chat.
very
Like, this isn't one of
basic
our
reason, it's
like
common sense.
funniest
It puts
streams.
us in a very tough position. We win
No,
by
it's
1
not.
or 2
It's
or
Not gonna,
3.
it's we're a little.
And you'll
Yeah, it's
have
the morning
1 or 2 or
after
3
you
or
know
4
the
or 5
election.
even.
It's not exactly the best moods, but you know we're
I'm
here.
This
always
is
saying,
like-
look, we're not going to go along with this.
This is a
We want
fucking
this,
post-mortem.
and all of a sudden,
Post-mortem.
we can't even. We wouldn't
We're
even
not
be able
dead
to get
yet.
in many
Hold
cases
on.
out of
Not
the
dead yet.
Republicans' hands before we sent it on.
This is a legal autopsy
to
while the person
the
is
Senate.
still alive.
And
But
now, we have a
until
much
until they put us in the
easier
ground, we're not
path.
going to stop.
because the
I'm not going to
Democrats
stop.
will
I don't know
come
about the
to
rest
us
of y'all.
with a plan
Yeah.
for infrastructure, a plan for healthcare, a plan for whatever they are looking at, and we'll
I'm
negotiate.
going to probably give them probably
And as
5
you
or
know,
10
it's
more
been very
minutes
hard
and then
in
move
the
off of this
Senate
because I'm
because
getting
we need
I'm getting
essentially
aggravated,
10 votes
to be honest.
from Democrats, and we don't get those votes because the Democrats do really stick together well. I
Yeah,
don't agree
yeah,
with
it's
them on a lot of policy, but I agree with them on sticking together. They stick together great. So now we go into
Yeah,
the
they
Senate.
stick
We
together
don't have the
like
10
they're a
votes.
tribe.
And what happens? It doesn't get passed. Even if it gets out of the House, it doesn't
I mean,
get passed. So
he's actually right
under the
though. Like,
new
it doesn't help
concept
that we
of what
had
we're doing. I say, come on, let me see what you have.
we had the
They wanna
Senate
do
and the
things.
House,
You know, I
and the
keep
House
hearing
was
about,
just being shit. That's the worst
investigations.
part. We had a
Fatigue.
bunch.
Yeah.
Of, we had a bunch
Like
of rhinos.
from the
in
time,
there.
almost from the time I announced I was going to run.
Oh yeah, it's
They've been.
I think
giving us
definitely
this
sticking together like that. That is
investigation
definitely a
fatigue.
good point.
It's been a long time.
I don't think he's purged all the
nothing.
rhinos yet.
Zero.
I still,
You know why?
I still
'Cause
think
there
those
is
people. In fact, I
They
saw
can play
people
that game, but we
Utah
can play
earlier
it
being
better.
played around, saying like,
Because we have a thing
well, I
called
tried
the
to diss
United
myself
States
for
Senate.
Donald Trump, but I guess I
And
didn't
a
do
lot
it
of very
enough because people
questionable
didn't
things
vote for me.
were done.
No, it's because
like,
you
what?
didn't get
Leaks
closer
of
to Donald
classified
Trump.
information and
Like,
many
yeah, it's
other
like you're in a
elements
state that's
that
being
should not
raped
have
by immigration, and you
taken
didn't want to
place.
say, hey,
And
maybe,
all you're gonna do
maybe
is
let's
end
cut
up
down
in
on the
back and
immigration just a
forth
little
and
bit, eh?
back and forth,
Yeah.
and 2 years is going to go up,
And then
and we
yeah,
won't
but
have done a thing.
oh yeah,
I really think, and I really
Cornelio, I have
respect
something for you, by the way. Give me one
Nancy
second.
said
I'll bring
last
it up
night
on
about
screen for you.
bipartisanship and getting together and uniting. She
let's
used
see.
the word uniting, and she used the bipartisanship
I'm just
statement, which is so important because that's what we should be
post.
doing.
I'm gonna. You're
So
gonna
we
see this
can
before he
look
does.
at us. They can look at us. Then we can look at them, and it'll go back and forth, and it'll probably
Oh shit.
Okay.
The stream
be
froze
very
for
good for me
again.
politically. I could see it being extremely good politically because I think I'm better at that game than they are actually. But we'll find out. I mean,
There you
we'll
go.
find out, or we can work together.
That-
You can't
that's
do
the
it
American hero
simultaneously,
right
by the
there.
way, just in case somebody says, "Oh, you can do them both." No, you can't. Because if they're doing that, we're not doing the other. Just so you understand.
He saved.
No.
He saved. He saved Arizona
So
a
we won't be
little
doing
bit
that.
there.
But now what
God
happens is we send it to
You're
the
an
Senate.
American hero.
Yeah, we
and
gave
we'll
him
get
a medal
100%
and everything
Democrat
else.
support, and we'll get some Republican
Yep.
support.
Press F for John
And it's
McCain's
good, I
tumor,
really
guys.
believe we have
What was that
Republicans
fucking
will
Murdoch
help
thing,
with
right?
the
It was like
approval process, and they will really
Democrats
help
for
with the approval
change, and
process.
it was John McCain saying he was going to vote from the grave while he was sitting in hell getting his intestines fucking dragged out.
It really
Making out
could
with
be
Satan
a
and shit.
beautiful bipartisan.
Oh yeah, there we
type of
go.
situation.
Fucking
If we won
God, he's got
by
those fucking
1 or 2 or 3 or 4
what's
or
that guy
5,
like?
that
The
wouldn't happen.
lead singer
And
of
the
Kiss
closer
with the
it is,
guy
the
with the
worse it
fucking
is.
like 6-inch
This
tongue.
way, way.
My
They'll
cousin
come to
can
me,
do that
we'll
without having to cut
negotiate.
his
Maybe we'll
tongue.
make a deal. Maybe we won't.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
possible.
it's fucking disturbing.
But we
My
have a lot
cousin
of
is
things in common
a
on
weird lad.
infrastructure. We want to do
Oh
something
yeah,
on healthcare.
Betty
They want to
fucking
do
is.
something
Like
on healthcare. There are
he's
a
a
lot of
smart
great
guy,
things
but
that we could do
his
together.
body was born all fucked
And
up.
now we'll send it up. So our great country is
He was
booming
gonna be a
like never
teacher at one
before,
point.
and we're thriving on every single level, both
But,
in
yeah,
terms of
he can-
economic and military strength.
got
He
like
can
that
stick his
11-inch
tongue
in
very
terms
far
of
outside of his mouth,
development,
right?
in
Does he
terms
also
of
have scale?
GDP, we're
He
doing
might.
unbelievably. I will tell you, our trade deals are
Well, he's a
coming
fucking
along
lizard man.
fantastically. The USMCA.
I've never seen him really grow hair either, so.
South Korea is
Mm.
finished.
Questions to be
USMCA
questions
has
to be
gotten
had.
rave reviews. Not going to lose companies anymore to other countries. They're not going to do
And
that
it's
because they have a
just
tremendous economic incentive.
okay.
Meaning
Economy.
it's prohibitive
Pats on the head.
for them to
Come
do
on.
that. So it's not going to be like
They're
NAFTA,
fucking
which is
going
one of
after
the worst
that,
deals
saying
I've
like, oh,
ever
you know,
seen.
Donald Trump is going to
So
say,
they've
you
made some
know,
other
he's
pretty
fucking
bad
responsible for the
Now
entire
is the
economy,
time for members
and
of
he's
both
not.
parties to join
He's
together.
Donald Trump. Orange man, bad. No
partisanship
economy was
aside
because of him. It was because of
and
Mr.
keep
fucking
the American
Obongo.
Beats
So
the bomb.
fuck
economic
off,
miracle going strong. It is a miracle. We're doing so well.
Fuck off.
A
And I've
shekel
said
for
it
a
Oh,
good
before,
walking
guy.
right
some of you have probably heard it so much you don't want to hear it again. But when people come to my office, presidents, prime ministers,
Yeah, this
they all congratulate me. Almost the first thing.
is absolutely
on what we've
riveting
done
content right here.
economically.
I'm sorry,
It's
like, yeah.
really amazing. And our steel industry's back.
It's just
The
not.
aluminum industry is starting to do
It's
really
not,
well.
nothing's happening.
These are industries that
Yep.
were dead.
It's platitudes.
miners are working again.
If I had actually a plan for action
all
for the
work
future, I would have
together to
fucking said it
protect
by now. Yeah, granted, you have to reward your fucking
support our
underlings,
law
right? You have to give them a
enforcement,
little,
secure our borders,
little fucking
and advance
cracker or
really
something and a
great
pat in the head.
policy,
But like,
including
what
environmental
in the
policy. We
fuck
want
is going
crystal
on?
Clean water. We want beautiful.
Because he's
perfect
been going
air.
on for,
Air and
let's
water
see,
has to be
about 15 minutes now. Nearly 15 minutes.
perfect.
And
Yeah.
At the same time, we don't want to put ourselves at a
Yeah.
disadvantage to other
It easily
countries
fucking
who are
15
very
minutes at this
competitive
point,
with us and who don't abide by the rules at all. We don't want to hurt our jobs. We don't want to hurt our factories. We don't want companies leaving. We want to be totally
Okay,
competitive.
I'm
and we
going
are.
to cut this a bit
And
short.
right now
here.
we have
Yeah, this
just
is
about
not
the cleanest
worthwhile.
air, the
I'll
cleanest
mute
This
it.
is just-
Maybe we'll come back to it later, but yeah.
Let's look at that drunk son of a bitch
Yeah,
with the fucking.
We could. I sent you the links, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, tell me when to play the first one.
All right.
Because fuck me.
All right. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Democrats suck ass.
And now these are the
There is
communist
no
states.
hope in the
Fuck ass.
modern party system. Kill yourself and kill everyone around you.
No.
Kill yourself. You heard it from me, mate. Kill yourself.
Like
He's
Jesus.
putting the gun symbol and kill yourself and kill everyone around you. Oh my god.
The commies
And
are
he-
black-pilled to fucking oblivion right now. It's funny.
I want to call into the show. Okay, second clip.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We got 3,
Got that ready?
2,
2,
1,
1.
go.
Josh, as you might imagine,
This
I'm,
fucker's like
sorry to
wasted
cut
in
this
all
off now,
hell.
but I think we have to take a
His
break
head
right
is
now.
fucking wobbling around. He's wobbling around.
Yeah.
The other guy's
We're
holding him
going
up.
to another break right now.
Josh Androsky, always a pleasure to talk to you. Keep following that race for us. You can follow him at Josh Androsky on Twitter.
Trump will win in 2020 and be a two-term.
2020. Trump won 2020. 2 terms. 2
You hear-
terms, mate.
The commies are predicting that Trump will win in 2020. Like
Oh, there we go.
That was, I believe, that was Chapo Trap House, right?
Yep. Chapo Trap House. Right there.
Yeah.
And
Ugh. Like, I thought we were black-pilled until I saw this shit. And they have no hope for
Yeah.
the future at all. Like, I'm saying, like, we
the
can
guy is some. He got plastered on the stream, says to kill yourself and everyone around you, and then says that Donald Trump will win in 2020, and then gets so plastered drunk off that he has to get his little fucking Asian friend in on the side to fucking hold him still. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus effing Christ.
Like I thought we were upset, but I got
No,
I'm playing
let's have a
another
look
one.
at-
Like, Jesus. His I think you see it right here in this clip. If you click the Moonshade one or whatever. Scroll down, it'll show the.
Yeah, yeah. We need a way to fucking get these videos up on the stream. Just fucking drop them in the chat or something, because this is incredibly worthwhile. This
These
is
Twitters.
yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll drop these right here. You can
Guy is
click those, view it at your own leisure.
New York City. You live in New York City. The guy just says, "Get a rope."
But yeah, holy like.
I mean, fucking Jesus.
It's great, really, because that's a sign at least that we're not in like.
That's not drunk. That's on something. He is.
He's on cough syrup right now. Now there was a huge bottle. There was like a bottle of Fiji earlier. Now when I first seen this video, I actually thought it was Weave that was sitting there because he kind of looks like him.
Fucking god. Yeah, I guess he does.
Because
Dude,
I think it's the beard that got me.
That ain't. That can't be. Like, I've seen some people absolutely fucking plastered drunk. That can't be plastered drunk. The fucking repeated mouth movements where he's fucking opening and closing his mouth over again and fucking twitching around and shaking his head from side to side. The only other place I've seen something like that is in a fucking meth head.
I was gonna say he might be on acid.
Well, he's a fucking communist, which means he's a degenerate, so, you know, could be anything, eh?
But there's also in one of the earlier clips, there's a bottle of Fiji, which I think it's water. So he's probably high off his ass. But yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get onto something real quick. White nationalism is not a Christian value. That was sent to me by our boy Pinochet. Pinochet Bull. He
oh dear God.
Yeah. Apparently, it was enough of a Christian value for Stephen King to still win a state, marginally, but he did it. But they're trying to get a petition to say that white nationalism is not Christian, and a petition.
This is fucking retarded.
Do you have the link, by the way, to see this?
Yeah, no, I'll just open up. I know where it is in the Discord.
Alright.
Yeah. White nationalism, not a Christian value. I don't know, mate.
And this comes in the wake of that synagogue shooting. You know, and so they're trying to blame this guy. They're trying to blame white nationalism for basically for the shooting. Like, the guy said why he did it before while he was doing it. He's mad at the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society for
grieving the deaths of 11 members of the Tree of Life Synagogue and 2 black Americans in Kentucky. I guess we have to throw the darkies in there for fun now, don't we? I don't know, mate.
Right.
It's Christianity. I'm not going to go into the spiritual fucking thing, but what is Christianity in this world right now? It's a whole bunch of churches all over the world. Now, there's a whole bunch of old ones, a whole bunch of very fucking important ones that catapulted Christianity to the state it's in. I wonder what color of the hands of the people who laid those bricks for those churches. Like, seriously. Huh. Yeah,
Right.
so what?
But my point being is, like, these people are saying, like, white nationalism or nationalism in general is not a Christian value. Well, like Cornelia was saying in the chat, with the feeding the dog before the child is a sin. It's the whole thing about, like, I fall under the thing is, like, you must save yourself before you save others. Even if these people want to, like, save other people, you have to save your own people. Like, you have to save your people first before you can try and help someone else's.
Yourself, your family, your community, your people, the world.
Because at the end
if you're going to be that altruistic.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Because at the end of the day, you'll end up just killing yourself. You know?
You won't. You won't end up just killing yourself. Fucking Juan will.
Juan or Umagumba.
Jamal, Abdul, Muhammad.
You know?
Oh, fucking those lot. Wasn't there some fucking Christian preacher who tried to go into ISIS territory and then just end up getting fucking beheaded because guess what? Hey, even the fucking Arab Christians he teamed up with weren't exactly, on the same page as him.
Well, they'll end up turning your goddamn head into a soccer ball.
Oh yeah. All right. Spare the pig skin. Use the fucking pig flesh. Oh god. Actually, that might be an esoteric joke.
Yeah, I don't.
Pig skin and pig flesh.
It's football.
The Maoris in New Zealand who are cannibals or used to be cannibals, they probably still are to be honest. They call white people pigskin
Oh, good.
because apparently we taste like pig. That's a good piece of information to know.
Right.
But yeah, it's
Okay.
I don't think we can. I don't think we can Nick Fuentes this entire thing. I think we're going to need to. Well, churches are good because it doesn't take a lot of people and it doesn't take a lot of effort to gain control of them. Churches are bad because churches are heavily tied into international networks.
I see Cornelio's really enjoying the article I think he's laughing at the article I just brought up, by the way.
Yep.
Do you have the stream open? Can you see that?
I'm gonna need to update it.
Basically the college students with PTSD.
Oh. Jesus fucking Christ. There we go, PTSD cunts. Get some in ya!
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, so they get now they're saying their whole thing is like, how can they be fragile but at the same time be apathetic? Well, it's completely possible. Now, but the meme is like here is that these people when they get that PTSD, instead of cowering, well, they are cowards and they do hide in the fucking corner and all this, but instead of quietly crying themselves to sleep, they gather up and they get their black masks on, and suddenly the PTSD turns into you getting clocked upside the head with a bag of bricks.
Oh yeah.
Like
these people are children, and what you see in the Antifa rallies and stuff like that, it's just a giant fucking tantrum. That's all it fucking is.
Now,
All it is, truly.
I want to point out the people who did the study are from the San Francisco State University. I wonder what that can be.
Oh. Wait. They're from the what now?
The San Francisco State University.
Oy vey, goyim. Dude, fucking, what the fuck is this? Dude, you know the fucking CDC splits LA and San Francisco, like California and San Francisco into two separate units because of all the fucking STDs. Maybe they should be stopping worrying about fucking PTSD and start worrying about all the fucking AIDS they have.
Now here's another thing, right? Is that the sample size they use is fucking minuscule. They surveyed 769 people in Arizona. Yeah. Arizona is not exactly representative of most of the United States. And 600 people, or, about, I'm going to round it up to 800. 800 people is such a small fraction of the population that it's not really representative. It's less than less than a fraction of a percent.
Yeah. I mean, oh, by the way, this means got PTSD. I think the last time I talked to someone, and we had a serious conversation about PTSD, I was talking about, it was a SAS member, a special forces guy. He was like, yeah, suddenly you become increasingly more expensive to the military after a bullet's whizzed past your head, because after that point, they don't know if you're going to turn the gun on the enemy or yourself. But unless you're like an active, like a reactive combat trooper, or even something, it's something we see in soldiers. In fact, I believe that the auxiliaries in the Roman Empire wrote about like how they were just a local mercenary doing some basic law enforcing, and then when they actually went out to do some big war for the Romans, then they started to get these negative negative psychological issues. You know, that was basically proto PTSD before we had a term for it. You know, it's just why? Why fucking sully the name of that? You know?
Right. I mean, I've seen, like, you see some of these people that come back, they're completely fucked. Now
Thought we may have gotten forward.
yeah, we no, I think we're still good. It dropped for a second, but it's live on my end. Yeah, it's live on my end here. It's still going, as far as I know.
Are you guys talking about some anti-Semitic stuff? I'm gonna have to get rid of you, guy.
That's oh
Bye
god.
bye. Bye bye.
Is that the ghost of Shlomo Greenberg Blatt?
I'm a Holocaust survivor, guy.
Oh god. What do I
I'm
do?
16 years old. They put us in the Showa coasters.
Oh god.
They just keep getting younger every single year. And, you know, I was really pissed off because I learned about it, you know, about X many years ago. I was so pissed off. These fucking German assholes killed at least 20,000 Jews. Unless we have a moment of silence for the at least 900 Jews that were killed in the Holocaust, I'm going to be very disappointed in the stream this chat.
Yeah.
Can we have a moment of silence for the at least 50 Jews that were killed in the Holocaust?
Yeah, if not, those 9 Jews won't rest peacefully.
At least.
All right, Cornelius sent me a
Stealing
link. What do we
dick from
got?
fucking Soundhide. Okay, what have we got?
Oh god.
What is this? What is this?
I'll bring this up in a second.
I'm watching it.
If now Cornelio, I did the math a little bit. And if what they said was true about the math I had done, if they had killed and burned bodies for or if they had burned the bodies like they claimed, like the 6 million, they would have, if they had done it for 24 hours straight every day for 6 years, they would have come out to about 700,000.
Actually, that's what I said. Like, I've done, you know, units in thermodynamics. I've taught thermodynamics at, you know, universities all over this fucking country. You know, it comes down to a point. There was no refractory material that could hold the temperature, the internal furnace temperature. Like, in thermodynamics, there's like a thought experiment. Like, what if you were to put a finite section of mass at a temperature into an environment that was so infinitely large that the addition of this mass wouldn't change the temperature? The perfect furnace, the cosmic furnace. Even if you use the cosmic furnace with the highest temperature retained by the highest top grade refractory material, which is very fucking expensive and very limited in the era, how many could you get done? And it doesn't even reach 1 million in the
Right.
cosmic.
Yeah, but I'm saying at the same time I had I was also lowballing the numbers. I was going off of the modern day furnace at the highest speed at which a body burns.
Yeah.
And their claim is 2 million in Auschwitz. And
I thought Auschwitz wasn't a death camp.
that's their well, as far as I
Oh,
know.
good.
As far as I know, like they had theaters and they had a hospital there. That
Is it a masturbation machine that jacked people off to death?
God, I wish that were me. No.
The last thing you do is on this mortal coil is bust a fat nut.
the the final nut.
Dude, fucking, what is it? Like, there's been so much fucking weird shit. There's like what? Like, there was the skin lampshades, the Jew soap, the fucking jack-off machine, the Showa coasters,
The brain bashers.
the electrified floor rooms that for some reason needed to be filled up to the rooftop with water before it could work. Dude, what the fuck? Like, granted, like, Germans can be pretty fucking autistic, eh? Autismus, I believe they say it in German.
My
Uh,
ancestors.
but I don't think they're capable of that level of fucking autism when it comes to suicide, fucking extermination methods. I'm pretty sure they favored the good old fucking shooting people into a fucking ditch.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but
anyway, I think we should move off this topic. It's a bit spicy.
spicy, you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to watch Endangered Syndrome?
Uh, we could. Oh God, what do we got now? Oh, good. Yeah, we'll. I don't know if we should run that one. It's a bit silly, I guess, but. Oh yeah.
It's a whole bunch of Down syndrome people dressed up as animals.
I would like to go over one last thing before.
Yeah,
So.
fuck it.
Mike Enoch he tweeted his last tweet last night before his account got shut down. I just press F for Big Mikey.
Yeah, mate. Press F, mate. Press F to pay respects.
Because I like Mike. He does a lot of work for our guys, and a lot of he gets his dues for a lot. I'm not gonna say he doesn't get his dues, but sometimes he gets shit, and I don't think that's warranted.
Yeah, I guess fair enough. I like to say, like, if you're anything left of a Monday liberal on Twitter, you're living a half-life on Twitter. It's not if you're gonna go, it's when, and when is sooner than you'll probably expect these days.
Right.
So, hey, have your bags packed and get ready to leave.
Hey, that's why we always have a way to keep going. What they take one of us down, and we'll just keep replacing it.
Shell accounts.
Right.
Get your backups ready.
Yeah, always, yeah. I'm gonna aim for having one of the longest lived accounts on our side. Though yeah, I'm a bit behind though. I have to go up against, I believe, Loritz.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, shit! I forgot to. I forgot to do a few things. I forgot to turn off DVR. I forgot to tweet out the stream. God damn it!
Criminal, mate. Absolutely fucking criminal.
Yeah, my bad. We're starting to come down to the end wire here too, though.
Yeah. We basically covered everything at this point, eh?
Yeah, I mean, let's before we go, let's check on Donnie. Hey Donnie,
stand up, Mike.
wake
Please.
up.
Raise your right hand. No, I'm all looking.
Raise your right hand.
Will
okay.
you? Thank you. Okay, good. Yeah, the answer is
about
yes.
a 45-degree angle.
That was unexpected, but I
Yep,
feel very
just right there.
Good timing.
Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Going
For the love of fucking God, if he doesn't have some kind of, I mean, maybe that's just going to be an internal memo, and everything the public is going to get is just going to be, some kind of light placation.
But I don't want to stop it.
I
Politically,
guess.
I don't like stopping it. It's a disgrace. It should have never.
Well, I guess
been
that's it, isn't it?
Because there was no crime. It is. Everybody has conflicts. They all have conflicts over there.
Oh, they're
that
talking
are,
about the investigation.
beyond
I
anything
believe.
that anybody's ever seen in terms of conflicts. From
Oh, dear God.
the fact that people ask for jobs, from the fact that they have very good friends on the other side, like really good friends like Comey, who, by the way, lied and leaked, and also leaked classified information. Nothing happened there. It might, perhaps. Maybe something's happening that I don't know. I stay away from it. But you know what I do? I let it just go on. They're wasting a lot of money, but I let it go on because I don't want to do that. But you're right. I could end it right now. I could say that investigation is over.
Do it.
It's
do it.
really,
Say it's over already.
Frankly. And it's an embarrassment to our country. It's an embarrassment.
Kill
to
it!
the
You
people
said
of our
you know
country.
you have the powers to
It's too
do
bad.
it.
What
So
about the
do it, God damn it!
declassification of the documents? Some say that that would clear
Well,
it
we're
all up.
looking
but
at
are
that.
you still considering
The
it?
investigation never ends.
Okay, can I ask one more question?
It's amazing how people on the other side just don't want those documents declassified. But no, we're looking at that very carefully. I certainly wanted to wait till after the midterms.
Can I ask you one more question, Mr. President? Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. You have campaigned as a pro-life president.
Yeah, I want to declassify the JFK shit.
Oh, the stream, their stream actually
rights of
locked up for a
unborn children.
second.
You now have a divided Congress. It's unlikely to pass any,
That's right.
to pass any
Tough.
pro-life bills.
Very tough issue.
How are you going to push forward your pro-life agenda?
Nope.
Going to push.
No,
I've been
aren't you
pushing.
fucking bot?
I've done a very
Oi.
good job too. We're very happy with me, but it's a tough issue for the two sides. There's no question about it.
But what are you
Does
going
that
to do?
play-
It was great to. What am I going to do?
Dude, fucking
I won't
mate's
be
over
able
here.
to
He's
explain
fucking
that
dying.
because
Ignore that.
it is an
I'm all right.
issue that is a very divisive, polarizing issue. But
Mr. President, just a
I
quick
turned,
question.
I turned off my mic so they couldn't hear me.
On rural America, in states like Indiana, North Dakota, folks turned out for Republican candidates. Could you talk a little bit about what this means for your agenda in terms of trade and the Farm Bill?
Yeah.
The Farm
No,
Bill is
death sentence for
working
child
really
killers?
well.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have had it approved anytime.
Death sentence for
we're
child
looking
rapists
to get
and-
work rules approved.
and
The
heroin
farmers
dealers,
want it.
too,
I'd
if you
like
ask
it.
me.
The problem is the Democrats are
those
not
people.
giving
We're
us
just gonna kill him.
We are.
We're just gonna kill him.
The farmers
Bye
want
bye.
it, but the
Bye
Democrats are
bye.
not approving the Farm Bill
Like,
with work rules. We could have it.
It's one thing
very
to commit a
fast
murder.
without
Like
the
I,
work rules,
and
but
honestly,
we want the work rules
if
in,
you're proven
and
like guilty
the
of murder, I
Democrats
think
just
you should
don't
hang.
want to vote for
Honestly, I
that.
think they should bring back the
So
rope.
at some point they'll have to pay.
Maybe that's
a
me
price
being
for-
from the southern states, but that's my opinion. I think we need to bring back the rope for these
Thank
fuckers.
you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Have you seen any
I'm
evidence
act-
that
like,
Russia
this is something I'm actually
or
mad
China
about because
intervened
I've
in
actually
yesterday's
this kind of thing
election?
is
We're going to make a full report, and unlike the
This thing has
previous
affected me
administration,
personal-
we've
on a
done lot of
personal
work
level.
on that issue. And
Like, I feel no
you
sympathy for-
speak with the FBI, speak with the Department of Justice.
Now I do
speak to
believe
Homeland
that
Security.
they should get a fair process and trial and such, like because
We've spent a lot of time.
You know,
it gets very
you get
little
the-
coverage
sometimes they
in
get the wrong guy.
Papers. I mean, you cover the nonsense part, but you don't
But-
cover the important. This is very
Fucking
important.
Rottweilers
And we
snoring
have been
and
working
farting
very
around me
hard
right
with
now.
China and Russia.
But
and everybody
That's
else
real fun.
looking into
I will
it.
say that, you know, the trial of man isn't perfect. The only perfect trial in all of existence is the trial of
What
God.
do you intend to say, sir? To
You just need to send him to him.
President Putin when you meet with
Well, I will say this: my grandfather was accused of murder, but he was cleared of it, and the actual killer was found.
President Xi better.
Mm.
But I think I have a very
know?
good relationship.
I'd say that basically if you murder someone or if you rape someone, you should have a really long prison sentence where they can, you know, have the chance to find evidence. But at the end of it, there's always a noose.
Oh yeah,
Or a
like,
chick.
like if you're found guilty, they kill you, but if you're found innocent, they
A lot was discussed about
maybe they
security
give you a
procedures,
check.
about,
They cut you a check for your time in prison.
about the
Mm.
fact that
Yeah,
there's
I'd say that. I'd be willing to do that.
a large part of Ukraine to be taken. And
But he also,
sorry that we held you for so long, but we had to make sure you weren't the guy.
That was President Putin who
also make a show of it, to be honest. I don't want to seem so brutal. But, there should be...
We used to do public hangings, you know, 60, 70 years ago.
the annexation.
No, it was
There
President.
should be definite examples of the application of moral law.
Had nothing to do with
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Go ahead.
morality has been so corrupted in our country, though, that fucking being dancing butt
Thank you,
naked
Mr.
in
President.
front of
Putting
children
you
with your
in
dick hanging out is
Chinese.
fucking moral
You're a
now.
man
It's
who
ridiculous.
likes to win, but last
Yeah,
night
let's
was all
fucking
about
open mouth
sitting
tongue
there.
kiss a kid at a fucking pride parade.
I'll be honest with you. I thought it was a
Whee. Don't fuck that shit, eh?
complete victory. When you look at it from the standpoint
Sorry, I
of
went off on a rant there of
negotiation, when
anger.
you look at it from the standpoint of deal
This is
making,
just a whole bunch
this
of
is all
questions
about
on a
deal making.
meaningless speech.
Yeah.
Again, if we had the majority and we had 1 or 2 or 3 votes to play with, we would have been at a
Standpoint of
standstill.
negotiation,
I really
standpoint of
believe
deal
that we
making.
have a chance
In all honesty, though, like I was saying before, the
to get
rhinos
on very
fucked
well
up
with the
a lot of
Democrats.
shit. Like, fuck
And if
McCain,
that's the
fuck
case,
Flake.
we can do a
They
tremendous
ruined so
amount
much shit for us.
of legislation and get it approved by both parties. So I consider it to be, hey, look,
Yeah, they definitely
I won't
fucking
do
did. It was
President
incredibly
Obama campaigned
horrendous at
very
this point.
hard in Georgia. Oprah Winfrey campaigned very, very hard.
I don't know.
all
I'm just
over
trying.
the television.
Like,
I said,
I'm
this
just
is gonna
trying to
be
think
tough.
of like, you know,
I only
policies
had
that would
me.
be,
I didn't
you
have
know,
anybody else.
not
And I
necessarily
went to
unfeasible.
Georgia, And we had one of the largest
That,
crowds
you know,
that
and if we
anybody
do
here
fuck
has
up, we can,
seen
you know,
ever at a political rally.
the guy is
And you know what?
hamstrung
He
for the
won.
rest of his life.
And he won actually by
Like I'm talking to
pretty good
Cornelio
margin,
in the
he
chat
won.
right now, you know.
And then we went to Florida.
Yeah, I'm just watching that.
And they had celebrities all over the place. And a man who happens to be a very smart
But you probably
person
like if you're convicted of murder,
was
and
running.
you probably won't
Run
be in
the
prison for
sentence.
45
People
years if
didn't
it
give him a
were
chance.
if
And
it
we
were
went
like up
and
to
we
my,
had-
the policies that I'd
we did some
advocate
great
for, you
work.
know.
And they're going to have a great governor of the
And they
state.
talk about how
And then
executions are
we talked about
expensive.
the
Well,
Senate. And
rope
a
ain't
lot of
very
money was
rope don't cost a
pouring
lot to
in
make.
for the Democrat. This is a man who's been in office for like 44 years or something. This is a man who's like a professional at getting.
Yeah, there's a lot of money
And-
dedicated to ethically
So he's
treating
not-
what is
Bill
essentially an
Nelson, not easy
animal.
to beat,
Right.
okay?
And all we'd have to do,
And
you know, is
they had a lot of celebrity coming out for Nelson. They had everybody coming out for Nelson, and Rick Scott won, and I helped him. And I think we've done an amazing job. And you could look at many other places. You just take a look at some of the other places.
at least I don't think Marco
And we just
Rubio
got the
won,
word
right?
That in Iowa, you have a governor who just got.
No, I hope not.
I really believe there's going to be much less gridlock because of the way this is going than any other way. Wait, sit down, please.
What the hell was that?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let me ask you about one of the campaign promises you made down the stretch.
Did
which was
anyone
a
else see
10%
that on the
tax cut
stream?
for the middle class?
Yeah.
You just
Donald
talked
Trump's
about
hand
Democrats,
teleported
they now
from
run
his
the
side
House
to
Ways-
his
House
to in
Ways and
front of
Means
him.
Committee. If it means a tax cut of some kind for the middle class, but that means raising rates elsewhere, corporations on the wealthiest, is that a
So you may have
trade-off
missed
that
that.
you would be
Rewind
willing to
it.
make
Well,
if
it
able
could
to
be.
enact the
You
middle
know
class?
that
stream
this
open.
will have to
Rewind
be
it about a
now
minute.
proposed because if we did it now, we don't have the votes in the Senate. You don't have. We would need 10 Democrat votes. We probably couldn't get them. If we could pass it very easily in the House. But there's no reason to
Okay,
waste
watching
time
again.
because you don't have the votes in the Senate. But if the,
It was a weird thing.
as an example, if the Democrats
think
come
this-
up
I don't
with
know
an
if it's the
idea
stream
for
fucking
tax
up or
cuts,
this
which
isn't
I'm a
actually
big believer
live.
in tax cuts, I would absolutely pursue something, even if it means some adjustment.
Some adjustment on which side, the
Some
corporate, the
adjustment,
individual?
yeah, to make it possible. But I would love to see a tax cut for the middle class. Now, that's going to be their decision. They're going to have to.
I
make
think it's
that
two
decision.
cameras out of
As
sync
you
looking
know,
at
if
it.
we-
Yeah, I've just seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We bring it up to the Senate. We'd need Democrat votes 10, and we don't have those 10 votes.
And just because the markets would want to know, sir, some adjustment, would that be 1%, 2%, 3% on either
So,
side?
I mean,
Just too
is there anything else
I
aside
would
from
be
this?
certainly willing
No, it
to
doesn't
do a
seem
little
like
bit
he's
of an
just talking
adjustment.
about
Go ahead,
tax
behind.
cuts and-
Go ahead,
Thank you.
please.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Two questions. One is you
well,
had talked about
we're gonna-
leaders who had called to congratulate you. Did President Putin call to congratulate you? And will you, in fact, meet with him at lunch?
Okay, it doesn't matter. We're gonna nose it down. We're gonna, put this stream down. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Yeah, Russia.
Oh, okay. Fuck a lot of you dog cunts.
All right. Oh, y'all have
Hey.
y'all have a great day. Yeah. Oh yeah. Before we go, do you have a Rambot clip for us? The one from Rhodesia. Well,
Oh, fuck it.
we'll end it out on that. I think if you don't have it, I'll try and bring it up.
Yeah, no, fucking, I'll get it just in a second. Here we go. I'll drop it in the fucking, the watch together.
Yeah, and then we'll bring it up on stream, and that's how we'll.
There we go.
we'll
We'll
end it
watch
up.
together.
I'm not on. I'll have to reopen that real quick.
Yeah, just open that, set it up so it's the fucking thing, eh? This is a good one. I think this is what happens when the mask of the Australian version of English Stoicism breaks, and that mask is broken by approximately one slab of Mercury cider for Rand. A little more for the rest of us. He's a bit of a Cadbury. But yeah.
Is it paused for you?
On the watch together, or
Yeah.
yeah, it's paused.
All right.
I paused it.
I'm gonna set the. I have it opened up, so hit play for it, and then it'll go. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Have a good night or a good day.
Okay. Yeah. Playing now.
Okay.
back in the old days when I didn't know Dick from Dick, when I was just a young man, I joined the military, and one of my squaddies, he was a South African, and I didn't know shit about South Africa. And why was he here in Australia? Why was he willing to fight and die for Australia? Because he just left his country. There was nothing left there. I didn't understand it at the time. Some of the stories he told me, they didn't make sense. They didn't make sense to me when I was a young man. I've seen some things since. The South Africans, the white South Africans, there are more and more of them coming into Australia. Don't think like they're all being stopped at the border by this whole current rigmarole. They've been coming in, and before them, the roadies have been coming in. The Rhodesians. The roadies have been here since the 70s. And we just heard the stories, and they just didn't apply to us. And we just didn't listen. We just didn't listen to the warning. And it's coming. And it's not going to stop. And there's nowhere for us to go. The roadies had somewhere to go. The South Africans of the Orts had somewhere to go. Some of the stories I've heard, people being pulled apart, people having power tools used on them, things you wouldn't believe. It's all real. And when you hear the news lie and tell you it's all fake, this is what they've got for us. This is what they've got in store for us. They're going to kill us. They're going to kill us, and they're going to laugh about it, man. They're going to kill and laugh, because they're killing and laughing at the Sufis the same way they killed and laughed at the roadies. It's coming, and we're going to have nowhere to run. Nowhere to run.
No, go ahead.
I love South African people. They're some of the nicest people I've ever met. They're good people. It's just so frustrating sometimes when I talk to them, because they get out of there. And we all know why they got out of there. But they'll tell you straight up and down. Like they'll tell you shit like they'll tell you shit like oh no, he was a good guy. What's his name? That fucking terrorist nigger.
Oh no, wait, Rand.
Sorry, that terrorist black man who set fire to people. Sorry, it's not okay to say that word. But apparently it's okay to become a president for 12 years when you set fire to people.
Rand. Just remember that we're on air here, and try to keep that in mind.
I understand that. You gotta trouble that away, because, well, not because anyone's upset. It's because malicious people are able to snigger and say, ooh, now I've got an excuse to like scrub out some dissenting opinion. And they'll do that. And that's what's so fucking infuriating about it. People are fucking dying, and you got that fucking cat-owning bitch with her multi-dyed hair, with her fucking eraser going, oh, someone said a dirty word on the street. Oh, we're going to take that away. People are dying. It's disgusting. In the early aughts, I joined the military, and one of my squaddies was a roadie, and not a roadie, he was a South African. And I didn't know anything about it at the time. I was just a young lad when I was 17. And the stories he told me, they didn't make sense. They didn't make sense. This isn't like 2003. I didn't think about it for a long, long time. Think about it now. It's amazing how long this has gone on without anybody paying attention to it. It's amazing the effort that's being put to make sure that nobody pays attention to it now. And I just want to make this clear, right here, by the way. The blacks weren't there. They weren't there. The Kalahari Bushmen were there, and they worked with the Dutch when they created South Africa, and they were always treated as equals. They were actually mostly genocided by the blacks, and the blacks came in with a never-ending outstretched black hand. Skip, 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 skip. This is our future. This is our fucking future, man. Fight it or live it.
Thank you for calling, sir. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, thank you.
Alright, everybody. That'll be it for the night, or for the day. I will want to say one last thing is never forget what's at stake. And never give up the fight, and always love your brothers. See y'all later.